Welcome back to the Vitality Coach podcast and vlog and what I like to call the Mojo Maker series. Today's episode is really about deplete or complete. I think that we spend so much time really negotiating with our energy levels and our intent, and we don't often take a really good inventory of our vitality bank and where our mojo sits and what we do, who we hang out with, what type of projects we love to work on, where is our purpose and our passion lie, because that's ultimately where your most profitable emotional, physical and commercial results will come from when you really put time and energy into when you're in your flow. And we can't always choose who we hang out with. We can't always choose what projects that we do or what companies we work with, but we can have good intent and we can be aware of what really adds value, where we add value, and things that detract value, deplete us, make us emotionally and physically drained, and just not in our flow. So today's really quick express session is to help you identify with 3 easy steps how you can create a checklist and a really quick way to just jot down where you might be sitting at in that deplete or complete column in terms of making really strong decisions around who you're going to spend time with and why in fact you're going to put your appropriate amount of time, resources, energy and intent into something or someone, and making sure that you're doing an informed and discerning decision, because we only have a certain amount of time in the day, 1440 minutes to be exact. So you want to make sure that you're spending time on things, projects and focuses that are really going to bring out the best in you and that you can add value for other people. So let's start with the 3 steps. First of all, number 1 is recognizing that there is a really strong compass we all have as individuals. That is our internal intuition. It is not our ego. In fact, our ego, which is driven by a majority of thoughts that come through our head at lightning speed, our ego is not our amigo. One of my biggest expressions that I often use on stage, and it's so true. We have to divorce the story that's always whipping around in the back of our head and really stick to facts and stats. The best way to make a decision is really always a heart-led decision, even if it's a commercial one where you're combining your experience and knowledge around something. You're still going to know when something feels right, and it's very important to listen to that gut feeling. There's an old expression, listen to your gut. It's a true expression, and I need you to think about going back time and time to that. The first step of the deplete or complete exercise, when you really need to take an inventory on where, who and what you're spending time on, is recognizing that you absolutely have permission to do that. You don't have to keep going through life on autopilot. You absolutely should be taking stock of where your focus goes. Where your thoughts go, our focus goes, and where your energy goes is what you get back as a result. The second step is to, once you've realized that it's very important to make time to ascertain a personal and commercial inventory, is that you've got to understand that you need to make a couple of columns. So the first column on a piece of paper will be the left-hand side, and that will be your deplete column, or in brackets delete eventually. And then on the right-hand side of that column, we'll have the complete. So the next thing you have to do is take quiet space and really be purposeful with your time. It's not a fad exercise. It's a very important one. We do it a lot with small businesses or businesses that are scaling and growing, ones that are going to evolve into mergers and acquisitions, and look at their value amongst not only what they do as a purpose and a profit-driven organization, but also how, who and what they work with in terms of styles, suppliers, customers, staff, relationships. Where do all those things fit, and where do they add value? And where does that company also get the value back from those relationships? It's exactly the same in personal life. Really, we are our own brand, and we absolutely have the decision-making power to see and think about where we want to spend our time. I know a lot of you are thinking as I talk about this that you can't choose your family. But actually, families are born out of love, and you don't necessarily have to spend time with your extended family, but you do have to invest in great relationships with your immediate family, with your children, with your spouse, with your significant other. And if you've chosen to make those great commitments, then you need to nurture those commitments and put the time and energy into them like you would anything else in life. It's our personal relationships that often get discarded because we're trying to go for a faster track to success. We're trying to earn more money. We're trying to get a different title. We're trying to build our career. We put all this time and energy into building ourselves in a professional sense, and then we wonder why there's collateral damage personally along the way. So please remember to pay enough attention to your personal deplete and complete column as well as your professional one. They have equal substance, equal importance, and equal effect on the results that you'll have for seamless success in your life. This is also part of being the CEO of your business in your life. If you sit there and complain about certain people, projects, but you're not taking any accountability for the fact that you're still hanging out with them, working in them, and doing a job that you essentially really dislike, then the onus is on you. Nobody can get up and change life. The remote is actually firmly in your own hand. So if you are starting with your friends and your family, when you start thinking about who gives you energy and who depletes it, try and be really honest with yourself and think about how are you investing in their relationship. What value are you adding, and how can you get value back in a reciprocal manner that is genuine and authentic? So no manipulation, no stories, no hanging out because you feel you have to, but really genuinely enjoying the company of those people again and spending time in a quality manner. The other section is the complete section. Not to focus on what always takes energy away from us and is grueling and grinding, but what really lights you up. Who do you love to hang out with? What does your ideal client look like? If you're building a board of directors at the moment, have you done your due diligence to figure out not only the skills that those people have, but what are their personality traits, the drive, the positioning, the tenacity, and the type of style that you want around that boardroom table? Even metaphorically, as we know, we have so many virtual teams at the moment. Don't just think about pieces of paper when it comes to products, suppliers, people that you're hiring, projects and proposals. Really think about the chemistry that's combined in that whole thing. You want to enjoy talking with, working with, and for people that you're in business with. And that comes down to the type of personality compliments that's going to get for both of you, and also your services. It's really important, where do your talents lie, individually and as a business? And what are you really looking for? If you are getting up close and personal with certain people that are just wearing you down and you're feeling you're not getting anywhere, maybe you're not the right match for them either. So doing an inventory of deplete and complete really helps you take accountability to figure out not only who sits or what sits in those two columns, but why and what part of you is being responsible for creating either a negative or positive relationship. Where do you want to water, and where do you want to gradually allow those relationships to, in a seamless way, not be reinvested? And most importantly, I really want to point out, this isn't about being mean or unkind or throwing the baby out with the bathwater, which is a great expression, but about making a calm, genuine, and strategic look at all the things in your life. We have such a limited time to make a great impact in all that we do, and the most important thing you can do for yours and your leadership, your family, your friends, and those that you work with is by taking accountability to realize that you're in charge, by turning up authentically and understanding that all relationships have a different dynamic. Some of the things you're going to have on that list are just part of the hashtag adulting. They're part of actually having to have a responsible life, like paying bills during your administration, understanding your finances. Spending time with your children should not be a chore. Teaching and mentoring new people through your organization to create culture and legacy is also not a chore. It's a vital ingredient for enriching any role and a long-term sustainable option for your business. So where are you investing in your life, and who is investing back in you? Where are you feeling depleted, and what areas do you need to slowly phase out because they're no longer serving you? Try and look at this with a fresh set of crystal clear eyes. So no green-eyed monster, no comparison, no judgment, but just the purity of knowing that with limited time and resources, that we all have the same amount of hours in the day as Beyonce or Richard Branson. What are you going to do with that time? Where is your business focus? Where is your personal focus? What depletes you and what completes you? So make sure, number one, giving yourself permission to understand you actually are in charge of that. Number two, making that list. And number three, really reviewing that and taking accountability to say, what part of these things do I want to nurture and nourish, and what things am I naturally going to let go because they don't serve the next phase? If you get stuck on this and you start thinking about the fact that you're crossing people off a list and you're making it really, really hard for yourself because you just don't want to do anything anymore, then have a step back and think about gratitude. Who are you grateful for? The fact you have a great job at a company. Sometimes we get so exhausted we forget to see what is right in front of us. and then we have to come back into our soul. So stop with the stories and start thinking about your really, really core things and what's going to give you clarity, consistency, genuine connection, and really fulfill you in all areas of life. If you've got more questions on this, you can leave a comment on my YouTube channel, of course on the vitalitycoach.com.au. You can sign up for the mojos that come out weekly. Most importantly, I just want to share that this isn't about a fixed formula or having to be perfect. The most important thing we do is we evolve through life. We have progress. We create relationships where we can be honest and transparent. We have highs and lows. We have peaks and troughs. We have wins and we have losses. That's what makes this life so enriching, so interesting, so exciting and exhilarating. If everything was the same, we'd never be challenged. So replace your fear with curiosity. Be really proud of being kind in those decisions, looking at where you're going to really invest your time, with who, what, and why. And remember, nothing beats great personal relationships. No matter how much we have automated responses, Facebook, social media, and everything online, nothing beats face-to-face. So put your phone down occasionally, spend some quality relationships in business and in life, invest in your family and your friends and your suppliers and your customers, and what you will get back is tenfold. Go old school. You are in charge. You are able to design a life and a business that you love. Don't forget you can reach out on the vitalitycoach.com.au, or you can hook up on Instagram at Fogden-Moore and catch me on LinkedIn as well. I hope this little mini express session has given you a chance to figure out it could just be as easy as sitting down for 15 minutes to drop a pin in the map and say, where am I being depleted and what really fulfills me in the complete column. You don't have to show it for anyone. It's really important to take stock and know that you can be the CEO of your business and your life. You can be kind, you can have integrity, you can be tenacious and driven, and most importantly, be your best authentic self, and the results will just be speaking marks ahead for you. So this is Nikki Fogden-Moore, another mini mojo making session. I want to share with you the Deplete and Complete. It'll come out in my new book, The Mojo Maker, showing you how to discern between facts and stats and those stories and roadblocks holding us back from living a life with purpose, passion, and productivity. You have a great day wherever you are. Thank you for tuning in. It's very, very late here after a long day. It's so important that we share these conversations, and thank you for letting me know what questions you want answered on the Vitality Show. Catch you next time, guys. In the meantime, you stay healthy, wealthy, and wise.